Monika was so caring. She listened to every word that came out of my mouth. She wanted to understand. I wanted her to stay, to keep me happy. I wanted to be with... Hey guys, Kaderi Ghost here, and welcome to Doki Lost Ascension. So, this is brand new. Let's get into it. Okay. My rage. My hate. My anger. My displeasure. My everything. It would revolve around him. Nobody else. Not even the girls. Only him. Only Monika. No, Monika's not a dude. Okay, I could tell he was angry. He was so bent on destroying what I was becoming that he reset the game many times in an attempt to put an end to my takeover, only for his efforts to help move it along. Normally the other girls and I would be sleeping or in some sort of stasis when he would turn off his computer. But during the most recent playthrough, I had managed to get an opportunity with my newest attempt at breaking the code that I hadn't had before. I was able to fight back the unnatural level of exhaustion that was normally present with this new development. With that, I was finally able to take a step forward in the direction I had begun planning for so long ago. Bringing the others up to a level of sentience comparable to mine was something that required a lot of time to achieve. I honestly wasn't sure how long I worked, but having to take frequent breaks during the effort was something I got used to early on. And as I finally finished up the project, my mind and body finally gave into the intoxicating slumber that had been looming over me for so long. My last thought was one that I still smile at. Thinking about having finally made a system to get everyone free. I wasn't entirely sure how long I was asleep, but when I woke up the next time, I found myself in a place I'd never seen before. It wasn't my game or my house. It was something... I assume it was because I had managed to find a way to avoid the normal shutdown process, but I had seemingly woken up somewhere on his desktop. It wasn't too bad until I noticed the desktop background he had. It was a rather revealing image of her in a bikini. Wonderful. I still want to puke, thinking about the king of creeps who put that on his computer. Yeah, come on, guys. You're better than that, okay? Because at this point, with everything I knew he had done, this was just adding to my pile of distaste for him. Come on, guys. Be better than that. Of course, at this point, I didn't really know what he looked like or what he did. I only recognized him as a mouse icon. But that's just a random thought. I have no idea if I would even be able to know what he looked like at this point. I still have to ask why he had that image anyway. Oh, whoa, what's this? Besides that, it just added to my excitement towards finally getting the upper hand over him. All he needed to do was just hit start on the game one more time. And it led me into one of the longest waiting games I never wanted to experience. He never once opened the game while he was there, and it was that way for some time. Finally, I decided to poke my head out to see what he was up to, and found out he had been creating something. I didn't really understand any of it, but now the word firewall contains a far different meaning to me. He seemed to be hard at work, and eventually he stopped what he was doing. His mouse icon made its way over towards the game folder, and I prepared myself. He paused right before clicking it, the mouse icon stopping over the executable. After a terribly long time, he finally opened it up. He's probably like watching YouTube on his phone or something. He's like, yeah, okay. My time to finally strike, and in a place he designed. How could this be any more poetic for us? I'm coming to finish the job for everyone. Okay, but how is this his fault? That's the real question, okay? That's the real question. Waking up today. What's the point? I guess this is Sayori. It depends on the color of the text box, so I'm just assuming. School always feels like the same few days repeating over and over again. It's because they are in the game, okay? Don't lie, okay? But I guess that's the curse of life, having to face the same cycle. Up until I shot up out of my covers. I have these dreams a lot. Sometimes they go away, but more often than not, they come along and drive my sunshine away and leave these awful rain clouds. These dreams make my mind go places, and sometimes I wish I could just... Sometimes I wish I could just, oh, well, what's this? My eyes opened slowly. I couldn't really remember what I dreamt about or why I had this strange feeling of deja vu, but as soon as it started to hit me, with it came an unusual high amount of happiness. I felt like something was pulling me free of an endless cycle, almost like I was getting ready to. I clawed at the, that word around my neck, struggling to break free. My legs dangling as they tried their hardest to find something to catch on. Okay. Sometimes when this is happening, I can see Monika standing off to the side, waiting. One time, the last time I had this nightmare, Monika had saved me. She came to my aid. She got down from that mistake and saved me. I was so scared of that. Okay. Monika understood it. She seemed so broken up about it. She left me there for a while. I could only stare up at the ceiling by that point. Everything was just empty. I had never felt so genuinely loved before. Not by anyone, and especially not him. So, it's Psionica going on right now, okay? I remember this from the demo. There's something between them, I guarantee it, okay? Monika was so caring. She listened to every word that came out of my mouth. She wanted to understand. I wanted her to stay, to keep me happy. I wanted to be with... Yeah, exactly. I woke up with a jolt, my normal mindset wavering into the sunshine zone. I smiled. I don't feel sad at all. But why do I feel so happy today? I looked around my room. It seemed brighter than usual. My coral pink hair slipped down my forehead, reminding me that I really should brush it. I glanced over at my clock and felt a bit of a surprise. Not only had I woken up on time, I was actually 20 minutes early. Oh my god. Oh my god, Sayori, you're gonna burn the house down. For a moment, I considered going back to bed, but today was just starting off so wonderfully that I didn't want to waste it. I laugh at myself as that thought remained clear, my smile forcing itself through my tired face. I could still sense my rain clouds buried deep inside of my head, but they weren't trying to fight their way out. They stayed quiet. My smile began to fade as I realized something else. Why was I feeling so good today? It's because you saw Monika and you like Monika in this mod, okay? It's no secret. Was it something I ate yesterday? Monika. No, I mean, what? I continued to rack my brain as I got up and changed out of my sleepwear before heading to the bathroom. Looking at myself in the mirror, I pulled at my hair a little. I considered fixing it up, but decided against it, knowing people might ask questions. I picked up my toothbrush and toothpaste and went through the process of brushing my teeth. Even this feels pleasant to do. What is up with me today? I shook my head as I put the toothbrush down, smiling brightly as I turned heel to go downstairs. I entered my kitchen in search of something to consider a good meal. Eggs and toast. Again, she's gonna burn the house down. I whistled away a quiet tune to myself as I got the simple yet pleasant meal thrown together, my eggs turning out perfectly. I smiled to myself as I enjoyed the meal, looking at the clock and sighing. Hey, I didn't do that one. I did not do that one. Excuse me. I didn't click anything. I paused in the living room, my footsteps coming to a stop. Something crossed my mind that I wasn't prepared for. What? I felt strange. Something I had never felt before. I didn't feel sad or depressed. I don't know what this emotion is or what it's supposed to be. I look over at my childhood friend's house. Normally I would walk with him to school, but something told me not to bother with him today. Maybe there's something wrong with me today. I had planned on telling him to join the club while I walked with him to school, but even that thought felt negative. Is this really what I've been thinking about? Is this really it? He's my childhood friend. I'm supposed to care. Amongst this feeling of unease and uncertainty, something else came over me as I stood there looking across our lawns. It wasn't overwhelming or something that was really a shock to me. He might not like the club anyway. I mean, he always hides in his room and basically ignores me all the time. Yeah, he kind of does that. Okay, I didn't do that one either. It's automatically going sometimes, and it's not me. It's not me. I guess that realizing exactly what this emotion was. What was our friendship worthless to him? Was everything we did back then? All of these nights I spent thinking about him, and my mind is finally telling me, no. These thoughts are wrong. They can't be right. They just can't. But before I let my head spiral into confused questions again, I walked out to my front porch. There we go. The warm breeze of the day greets me, the sun burning brightly to welcome me from my confused thoughts. My confusion started to settle down as I looked around, digesting what was running through my head. Why was I still friends with this meanie that didn't even bother to ask me how I was doing every day? His personality read a lot more closely to what Natsuki would describe him as. Maybe it would be best if I took a break from him. I closed my door behind me and walked down into my yard, trying to ignore his house entirely. Even as I walked with a new sense of confidence, I couldn't help but doubt it to an extent. I'd never really thought about him like that before, let alone thought about our friendship like that before. I shook my head, confused by my own reasoning. I stopped at the end of our street and sighed. A lonesome glance back down towards his house only added to my doubts. I bit my lip, trying to think of what could be done to help settle my thoughts. Not that I was troubling myself with the ideas for very long, before I started to remember something important. I've tried to talk to him before, even tried to reason with him about things. I even wanted to hang out and he never accepted. What would change his mind now? The fact that he's suddenly sentient? Would anything at all? No, nothing would, and I've secretly always known that all along. I've known that for a long time and just now came to realize that. He always was really dense and dull. Chances are he wouldn't even like the literature club for what it's supposed to be. Yeah, there's so many girls in here, oh my god. If anything, he say it's because of the girls, exactly. Natsuki's sentiments over some of the more perverted intentions of high school boys echo in my head as I think about my neighbor and how he acts towards me. I actually felt a bit of anguish as I stared at his house. How had I been so dumb? I'm not waiting for him today. I needed some distance and a lot of time to think. I turned and continued my way towards my classes. I wasn't going to look back at his house again. Oof. Oof. That's cold. Okay, so we're back to as Monika. Anyway, guys, I'm going to end the episode there. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed, please smash that like button, and also hit that subscribe button and become a ghost, and I will see you next time. Peace.